Sam Darnold was traded from the Jets to the Panthers. I want to get some instant reactions on this. Are you buying or selling Sam Darnold to the Panthers? I'm gonna start with my guy, Young Rome 22, Zarek.
Oh, this is a big sell for me, man. I do not see how Sam Darnold makes the Panthers any better. Not any better than Teddy Bridgewater. It's a lot of pressure on the head coach, Matt Rule, to me. You got the quarterback you wanted. You traded some picks away. Let me see what you're going to do. Let me see what you're going to do. I believe in Sam Darnold. I think he's a solid quarterback. I was big on him before the draft. And I like the Panthers. I like Bridgewater over there. I think he's kind of getting a raw deal. Maybe that's a topic for another time. We'll see where he ends up landing. But as far as Darnold actually going to the Panthers, I would sell that. I don't think it makes them contenders or really moves the needle at all. And as far as the Jets getting picks, if I'm the Jets, I guess I'll buy that. But if I'm a Jets fan, what do you have to buy or sell anyway? You're the Jets. You're just there.
That's vicious. That's vicious, man. I think I feel you though, bro. I think Teddy Bridgewater is the biggest loser in this Sam Darnold deal. Um, and I don't think there's any real proof that Sam Darnold is going to outplay Teddy. Teddy might, if this is an open competition, Teddy might mess around and beat him for that job. So moving around the circle, man. T Boogie, what you think about this Sam Darnold to the Panthers? Are you buying or are you selling?
Uh, I gotta. This is tough, man, because I'm not a Matt Rule guy, but Joe Brady's had some success. I do like Darnold. I loved him coming into the league. I hate that he had to go to the Jets. I don't think anybody would have thrived there. But I'm gonna go say I'm gonna buy this, right? Because if not, that's the type of trade to get you fired, right? Why bring in Darnold? As a young coach, a new coach, you already have Brady. You potentially are in a spot where you can trade up or stand pat and get a quarterback, but you traded away picks to get Darnold. To me, that signals that you intend on starting him. I know they let Bridgewater pursue a trade, so to me, that signals that they're fine with Bridgewater walking. They're gonna move on with Darnold. I don't think there's gonna be a competition. I don't rule out the Panthers still drafting a quarterback, but uh, I don't know, man. I don't think the Panthers are a good team. I don't think they'll win with or without Darnold or Bridgewater. I think this is. I don't know, man. I don't get it. I think this is better for the Jets, right? The Jets. We knew they weren't playing Darnold next season. The draft officially starts at 3 with the 49ers. We know the Jets are going Wilson now for sure. And I think this is a smart decision for the Jets, man. If you can't use a player, let them go. Don't hold on to them. Like, stop trying to salvage these guys. Cut bait and go. It's worked for the Patriots for a lot of years.
There's some good points there, and I do agree with you. I think this is a move that ties you to this guy, especially when you pick up this 5th-year option on the guy. They traded a second-round pick, a second-round pick and a 4th-round pick next season, and a 4th-rounder for this year's draft. And if you add those picks up on the draft chart, it equals a late first-rounder. So, I mean, essentially, they traded a late first-rounder to bring in Sam Darnold, picked up the 5th-year option. That ties you to him for at least 2 years. You got to think if you pick up the 5th-year option, you're going to end up re-signing him if you like what you see. So, hey, man, they're tied to this guy now, like it or not, Panthers fans. We'll see how it ends up. Scrub Lion, let's hear it, man. You buying or selling Sam Darnold to the Panthers?
Well, it looks like I'm gonna be the only person that's gonna buy this move. And I like the move actually, and I'll break down why. I mean, it makes sense why the Jets want to cut bait with them. They want to get close to a first-round pick value, but they got a second rounder, a 4th, and a 6th, right? I like the move because of this, man. Basically, the way that this situation looks at, man, I love Teddy Bridgewater. Y'all know I like Teddy, but I'm a really big fan of Joe Brady offense. I thought he was a great head coaching candidate, and I was excited to see him potentially, move on to a head coaching job. But he's back in Carolina. I think that basically they know enough about Teddy Bridgewater. They've seen what they needed to see in practice from him, and they know he's not really the long, strong arm quarterback that really would really thrive in that system. So, I think they brought in a guy like Darnold, who, just was a few years removed from being the top quarterback prospect, arguably in that class that had Baker Mayfield, Josh Allen, and Josh Rosen, who obviously fell off the face of the earth. But pretty solid overall, and things didn't work out for him. He had a tumultuous tenure with the Jets, never really had any help. He had a guy that was supposed to be an offensive guru, Adam Gase, and he was one of the worst head coaches I've ever seen in my life. He had a rough go, man. So my thing is this, man. People are so quick to call somebody a bust, but you're a bust based on certain situations and everything that you have around you. But when you're a GM, you might look at a guy, see a guy that was a really, really good prospect, and then now, 3 years later, you have a guy that's been through a little bit of, ups and downs, has learned some things, got some life experience for him, and now you got a prospect that is still a little bit more ready to play than a guy that you could draft in the first round. And let's not say that they won't draft a quarterback in the first round. They may, but where they're at on the board, who knows what's going to be left at quarterback? Because I expect quarterbacks to go 1, 2, and 3. So they have a lot of flexibility. If they want to pick a quarterback, if they're right quarterbacks on the board, maybe a guy like Trey Lance, maybe a guy like, Fields. We'll see. But I think Darnold, this is a do or die year for him. You said it, Bryce. He's on a 5th-year option, right? That means if he doesn't play well, they can cut bait with him. You know what I'm saying? So, and then you said that's cost of doing business nowadays is with quarterbacks is subway around a first-round pick. So, jury's out. But Joe Brady's offense, I'm a believer in that offense. And if he can make it work anywhere, this is the place for it. So, I buy.
Yeah, they definitely lock themselves in, man. They're gonna have Darnold this year. They'll have him the next as well. After picking up that option, so we'll see if he's able to thrive. I think one thing that is in his favor is Adam Gase left. Ryan Tannehill left Adam Gase, ended up turning into a baller. If Sam Darnold leaves Adam Gase, ends up turning into a baller. There's no question who we have to point the finger at. But I got to sell this because when I look at quarterbacks, the very first thing I always look at is I point directly to the completion percentage. When I pull up quarterback stats, I don't look at the yards, I don't look at the touchdown, I don't look at the picks. I look at how often were you completing passes. That tells me how quickly you were reading the field, how high your awareness is. And Sam Darnold has had 3 seasons in the NFL, 2 of those seasons under 60%. When I see passing completion percentage in the 50s, I already know what time it is. That signals to me that you really can't play. Now, his only season above 60%, he was hovering around 61%. That tells me that was your best year. That tells me you haven't really put it together, and you're not really the type of guy that has that potential to really put it together. Because at the end of the day, man, we know these quarterbacks pretty quickly. Rarely, I guess Tannehill's an exception, but even Tannehill had a couple really good seasons with the Dolphins. I mean, he had some seasons where he was 65% completion, throwing 4,000 yards in a season with the Dolphins. You know what I mean? And Darnold never reached that. Darnold's never gotten close to that, honestly. His touchdown interception ratio has been horrible. Every advanced metric says that this guy does not have it. But he's getting another shot, unfortunately, at the expense of my guy, Teddy B, man. So like I said, if it's a straight-up competition, I don't put it past Teddy B to beat him out, but they end up trading him. I guess that ship is sailed.